There we go. Nice to see you guys again. I saw that I had like 160 people view my live yesterday. I appreciate that. I would like for you to make comments so that I know where your ahas were and where you had things that have happened to you. So all right, day three, we are talking about our bodies and what we can do about them and how we can support our bodies the best, and how this thinking process in our bodies has anything to do with it. So going back, like I said, this is day 3. And so at day 1, we talked about an overview about what the week was going to be about. We talked about your mind, your body, and your soul. We also talked a little bit about me. We talked about our conscious and unconsciousness, and that you are the actor of your life. And that I want you to play the starring role of your life. I don't want you to allow others to giving them the power and not setting those healthy boundaries and all for you. So that was day 1. And day 2, yesterday, we talked about our mind. And hopefully you had some aha moments, some surprises. We talked about how your situation, your event, that an event is neutral. An event is very neutral, and that our thoughts, we do control, and it affects our action steps, and it affects our results, and how we can change that around. We talked about how you feel and the comfortableness of our lives. And I got to thinking, because I know people like this, that they have drama in their lives. And if they don't have drama in their lives, they figure out how to get drama in their lives. And it's the same with money. If they have money and they start getting comfortable with money, if they've always not been comfortable, then when they become comfortable, that feels uncomfortable to them. Have you met people like that? Know people that have self-sabotaged themselves because they finally got a good job. They finally have money in the bank. And then they blow it and they lose it, or they figure out how to lose their job, or they change jobs because of the comfortableness took away the drama, and they were used to that. And I wanted to bring that up because so many people don't realize that. So many people, they go, oh, I have seen people do that. I do know some people that have done that. And it is a known fact that people that have won the lottery, that there's only a very small percentage of people that keep that money. A lot of those people will spend it all. And that happens with high-paid athletes. If they haven't been taught how to manage their money and how to live without drama in that area, they spend it all, and then they're broke. And they had all the money, but they didn't spend it correctly because they were they didn't know how to be comfortable. And so that goes back to your thoughts. It goes back to your map. We talked about, you have your map, you have your standards. This is how I live. This is my standard. And when you get off the map, when you get out of that uncomfortable zone, you have to have somebody there to support you. And that's why it's wonderful to have some eyes looking in to your life, because it's hard to see when you are that person or you are in the fishbowl, because you don't realize that you're even in the fishbowl, and somebody looking out can say, do you see this? Do you see where you're hurting yourself or where you could do better, or the changes? So always a good thing. Always a good thing. And a neutral person instead of your best friend or somebody that may tell you you can't do something because they're trying to protect you really from yourself. Okay, now we're getting into day 3. Day 3. Day 3 is all about the body. And a lot of times we forget about things from the neck down. We have our brain that controls our body, and but we forget about our body and how important it is. I want you to get used to checking into your body. You have a couple different brains, and I'm going to prove that to you and show you how you have more than just one brain. You have a couple brains. You have your heart brain, and you also have your belly, your tummy brain also. All right, our body is made up of 75, oh, Susie, 75% water. And our mind has 85% water. So we need a lot of water in our bodies to stay healthy. So that is a big thing that these are, I'm going to get into things that I think you're going to be surprised about. But just to get us all on the same page, yes, we need water. Yes, we need to be hydrated. Yes, we need our sleep. If we don't get a full 7 to 8 hours sleep, we aren't allowing our body to cleanse. A lot of you may not even know that. Our body cleanses our body when we lay down. We have the lymphatic system that pumps, and it cleans our blood. It cleans our brain. And if we don't get enough sleep, then we don't give it enough time to cleanse our body. And I tell people that if you're living on 4, 5, 6 hours sleep, you're not getting the corners clean. You're not getting the baseboards clean. You're just vacuuming through the middle. And over time, your body, you can function that way. You can live your house that way. But over time, that build up in the corners that you're not getting cleaned out, that you're not allowing your liver to get clean and your intestines to get clean, it shows. It really makes you harder to focus. It makes it you're not as sharp as you could be if you would have got that full 7, 8 hours of sleep. And a lot of people say, oh, I survive on 5 hours all the time. Well, you can, absolutely. But you think about your house. Yeah, you are clean. You're 80% clean, but you still could do better, and it's better for you. So that's what I'm going to say about that. Hydration, sleep, and your vagus nerve. We have our vagus nerve. Of course, I talked before that we are that I am a nurse. And so we have a vagus nerve that communicates from our head to our body. But did you know that our body communicates more up than down? Our body communicates and says, hey, tell the brain I'm getting hungry. Tell the brain that I need some more blood in that big toe. Tell the brain that that's the communication. It goes both ways. It's a two-way highway, but we have more communication going up than we have down. And that's why I say you have a brain down here that this is what's talking when you're hungry. And I want you to trust yourself enough to listen to, oh, my stomach's starting to growl. Oh, I do feel hungry. Instead of, a lot of times we eat with our eyes, or we eat by our clock too. That's another way that we communicate. With our vagus nerve, a great example that happened to me a while back, quite a while ago, but is an example is I was giving insulin to a patient, and I drew it up and I knew how much to give because I had them the day before and I was going to give them this much insulin, and I did. I gave it to them. And after I gave it to them, I realized I gave a whole lot more than I should have. The doctor had changed the dose. I felt weak in the knees. I felt my legs. That's what I remember the most. I felt the weakness. I felt myself getting really hot. I got super hot. My heart was pounding. I was worried about the patient. I was concerned about them. And I was like, oh my gosh, what did I do? So I'm sure you have had that same reaction. You've had something that happened that you felt weak, that you got hot, that you had a visceral, a body reaction to what you thought. I thought something and my body reacted to it. So that's an example that I have that happened to me, and an example that you all can participate in is when a perfect example of this is a lemon. If you think of a lemon and you think about it right there in your hand, and you can smell the lemon smell, and then you could lay it by your computer, by your phone, and you could slice it open. When you slice it open, all that juice starts running out, and you smell it even more. So then I want you to take this fake lemon, and I want you to bite it. I want you to bite into that sourness of it. And what reaction are you all having right now? We don't even have a real lemon in front of us. And I would say almost everybody reacted to that. Everybody felt their teeth when they hit that lemon. They felt their jaws pucker up. Yeah, felt in the jaws. And your saliva gland started taking off. We don't have it really. So that example is perfect to be thinking about your thoughts. What your thoughts think affect your body. So when you think these thoughts, you can think a thought, I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. And your brain goes to work really quick, and it starts thinking of all the stories that it has in there to make that true. Oh yeah, you didn't think very good there. You didn't think very good here. But you can do the same thing in a positive way. You can think that you are worthy. You can think I am enough. You can think I am loved. And when you think these, your brain goes to work. Oh, yep, they love them, and they said you're a great person, and you can bring those thoughts in too. So what you tell your body is in words, your brain goes to make sure it's true. Your brain finds a way to make sure that that's true. So I want you to be aware that you know, the old saying that words cut with it like a knife. Our tongue is like a knife. It's true. But it also can be calming. It also can be possible to use it for good. And that's what I want you to realize, how powerful your words are, even to you or for the other people listening to you talk. Your words are powerful when you talk to your kids, to your coworkers, to your husband, to your friend. Your words are powerful. Okay. Another example of this is about our words and our text messaging. So many of us text message more than we should. And I meant to have my phone, but I keep putting it in the other room. But when we text message our family and friends, that communication is only 7% of the conversation. 7% of the conversation. Okay. And 38% is the tone that you use with your voice box. So you can say, I love you, or you can say, I love you. And it means different. It hits differently. And you can say it with energy, with your body. I love you so much. Your body language is 55% of communication with others. The worst sense to lose is your sight. Those are the people that struggle the most in communicating with others, especially if they have lost their sight when they were young. But our sight is so important. Our tone is so important, more important than our words, more important than our words. So I want you to get more of in a habit of maybe texting a little bit different, especially if it's more than, you know, what do you want at the grocery store? I'll be there shortly. Some information. But if you're having a conversation, I've heard people that have broken up with their girlfriend, boyfriend over texting. Come on now. Come on now. All right. You lose the effect. I'm sure they figured it out. That wouldn't be the person you'd want to be with anyway. But still, I can't imagine when it is something important. Text your loved ones, your friends, and go, hey, can you talk in a little while? Hey, can we talk over coffee, lunch, whatever? Because when you're because you lose the even if you talk on the phone, you get two out of the 3 communications. You get your word and you get your tone, but you don't get the body language that goes with it, which is 55%. So I just want you to be aware of that our body is connected with all that. So that's one. The other thing I want you to do is how important our breath is. I didn't know till I was studying all this that the breath is the only thing you can control. The only thing you can control. You can't even control your mind because, like I said yesterday, it lies to us sometimes. Okay, so checking in with your breath. And you can change your state by breathing. And I want you all, especially the ones out there that really struggle with panic attacks, that you really struggle with you get upset and you get the nausea and you get the workup, that you feel like, oh boy, I want you to check in. Bring your thoughts down to your heart. Bring it past your neck and think into your heart. And I always say, put one hand on your chest and one on your stomach. And if you would check in and take 7, I call it a 7-7-7 breath. You breathe in for 7 seconds. Hold it for 7 seconds. And exhale for 7 seconds, slowly. And even doing one, I wonder if you all feel the difference. Let me know in the comments if you're all watching on Zoom or on Facebook. Breathing down really can slow you down. It slows your thoughts down. It slows you down. It gets you more grounded. It gets you more in your body. And I want you to get more in a habit of going below your neck, because a lot of times our anxiety, our worry happens up here, but it's not true. You might not be able to do anything about it. And when you check in with your body and go, okay, what can I do right now? What is my best thing to do? You can make better decisions because you're clearer and you have less of your pages open in your head. So I hope that helps you. I really do. Hope that that is a aha for you all. The other thing I want to talk to you about is body language. Our body language, we talked about, and I'm not writing, am I? I bought this board. My grandbaby thought I bought it for her. She was very sad when she saw words on it. We got our vagus nerve that communicates both ways, okay? And then we have our body language. Ooh, this one stinks. Body language. Okay, body language. A lot of people anymore aren't, you don't even realize that you're doing that. And that's why I wanted my cell phone. So I'll use this pad. A lot of times when you all are on your cell phone, you are curved down, curved. And they say that, you know, you see a lot of older ladies when they get in their 80s that they've got the hunchback and they get this cursosis or whatever, however you say it, the curvature of your back where they lean over. They're seeing it show up in younger and younger people because of the cell phone. They are keeping themselves bent over. Okay, so when you are communicating or on your cell phone, and you're bending over and you curve over, what position are you in? You're kind of in the fetal position. You're bending down. It makes you feel small. It affects your emotions. Your body reads the body language. The body language is being read by your body. Oh, they've got their shoulders curved over. They're down. It affects your emotions. It affects your hormone levels when you stand at that state. They say, and I'm sure you all have heard, I heard Tony Robbins talk about this for years, that stand in Superwoman pose. If you take your hands, you put it over your kidneys in the back, and you stand up straight. And you tell kids to do this, and he tells kids to do that. And if you just stand there before you're doing a speech, before you're doing, see, I should have done that today. Before you do a speech, before you do anything else, to stand up tall, have your chin up, that it changes your state. It changes your state because this is a power pose. And when you get yourself in a power pose, hormones, different hormones are released because of how you're standing. Okay, we as a society is really bad about being on your cell phone and curving over. And the body goes, man, maybe she's depressed. Maybe this isn't good. Okay, so it decreases your emotions. And I want you all to know that. I want you to be aware of that. And something I have Libby books on my phone, and what I do is I stack pillows up so that I get at eye level when I read my book on my phone. So I bring up and put pillows to keep my chin up so that it's better posture, because we do spend a lot of time on our phones. So I wanted Hopefully that was an aha moment for you. And I want you to get that one. The other thing is eye contact. Eye contact with other people. Are you making good eye contact with people that you are seeing at Walmart, I shouldn't say Walmart because people have different places that they go, at the store? Are you making, when you go to work, are you seeing people? Are you speaking to them when you run into, hi, how are you? And smile. There's another hormone. When you smile, your body says, oh, it's happy. You're happy. When you have a long face, your body says, oh, let's release some of those hormones. Okay, so it's a little bit like fake it till you make it, but it does affect your body. And also it affects your communication and making friends. Do people ask you directions? Do people say, oh, that person's looking around and say, hey, do you know how to get to XYZ? Are people asking you that? Or are you so sucked into your phone? Are you so sucked into your own world that you look up and you go, don't ask me something or I might bite your head off? Do you have that attitude? Well, you've seen that look on people's face going, don't even ask me because I don't want to talk to you. And they have that attitude. Well, when you come across that way, who wants to be your friend? I want you, friends make or break your life. Make or break your life. Loneliness is one of the biggest killers that we have, because you're not connecting with people. You say, oh, I got my cell phone, I connect with them on my Facebook. No, 10 seconds of making a decision and all is affecting your life. I want you to have solid relationships. I want you, friendships don't happen overnight. You have to cultivate them. You have to work at them. To have a good friend, you have to be a good friend. And I want that for you. And I want you to remember that, man, I don't have too many friends. Turn the tables, take responsibility for your life and go, you know what? I'm not being that friend. I'm not reaching out to others. It's big. It's powerful. Okay. A lot of times you're not aware of the body language that you are portraying, even with strangers. Talk to that person that's checking you out. Hey, how are you doing? How's your day? Man, every time I have this lady that always comes in the store and she's so sweet and she always speaks to me. I hope that's the legacy I leave. You know, people need people. And I want you to realize that. It's how you make them feel. It's how you make them feel. How are you making your family feel? Taking responsibility for the relationships that might be estranged in your family. So what could I do about it? Oh, it's their problem. They came, they did this. Take responsibility. What can I do in that relationship? What responsibility did I say or hurt or my body language toward them? I want you to think really about that. So that's when you don't take responsibility for it, you give your power away. You say, I can't, I didn't do that. I can't do that. You take responsibility, then you bring your power back. You have your energy back. And you say, okay, what can I do? It may not heal it, but when you take responsibility, you can. And that's the only way. All right. Eye contact, phones. The fetal position. Yes, yes, yes. Taking responsibility. Changing your environment. Your environment a lot of times affects your life. It affects how you respond to things. If you have I've even heard that if you have a darker house, getting that sunlight on your skin and which is a great thing to do in the morning time anyway. But if your house is dark, then you need to get outside as much as possible, because if it's cluttered, all the environment things affect how you show up in this world. How you show up in this world. All right, this is point 3. We got 1, we got 2. I'm going a little bit quick. All right, this one nobody wants to hear. Nobody wants to hear, but I got a different take on it. Our health. Got to have a healthy body. Got to have a healthy body I want quality of a life, not quantity. I don't want to live in a nursing home from 80 on. I want to be that person that's 90 years old, not on any medicine. That's my goal. That's my goal. That's my why. You have to figure out your why. Okay. So your health, why do you want to be healthy? Why? Why is it important to you? There's a lot of things that we need for our health, and there's things that we can do for it. So this part of me talking to you isn't about, there is so much information and you have been told, drink water, get sleep, and eat nutritionally dense foods or the colors of the rainbow. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I'm going to say, because you have that information. It's pretty cut and dry. And movement. You need to move. You need to move to be healthy. You need to stand up on your legs to make stronger bones. That's how our bones get stronger, is by them breaking. They get little bitty breaks in them. And then the body goes, ooh, I got a couple cracks. When you run, people run, they get little hairline cracks, and then it heals over, and then it's scarred bone, and it gets stronger, and it gets stronger and stronger. And that's how standing up makes a world of difference to keep your bones. It stimulates them to get more nutrition and your bone marrow and all going. So being on your feet, moving around, your health. But what I want to talk about is your mind and your why, because we have to control our thoughts. And when you have your mind, when you can say, you know what, I just really don't even have a desire to eat 3 cupcakes. I want to taste them. I want to try them out, but your control of, I am not going to indulge. You're going to listen to your body. You're going to check in and say, am I really hungry? Do I really want that? And trust yourself. Trust yourself. Not losing weight because you have a class reunion that's coming up, or a wedding coming up. So many people, or the summer, oh, I'm losing weight for it's summertime and I'm going to be in that bathing suit. These thoughts and the way that you look at being healthy, because so many people starve themselves, they go about it the wrong way, they go to extremes, and then they get the roller coaster weight loss. When you say, you know what, I want to be healthy, and you control how much you eat and go, you know what, I really don't feel hungry right now. Maybe I'll save that cupcake for after supper or later on, or when it sounds good, or I'll just take a bite. But it's controlling your mind and trusting yourself to know what's best. And all that goes back to your why. Why do I want that? If you have weight on your body, it's hard on your joints. and then you go to the doctor and you've got high blood pressure and you have diabetes, and then you have to have hip replacement, knee replacements, and then you need help early in life for somebody to take care of you. You have to get your why nailed down and go, don't want that for myself. Why do you want that? How bad do you want to eat 3 cupcakes at one sitting? It's a choice. It's a choice. And it does get hard. I'm not saying it's easy, but I also want to say that there's things that you can do. One thing in your environment that you can do, especially if you're not the only one in the house, is the things that aren't healthy for you. It's out of sight, out of mind. Your environment, move it. Move it into a different cabinet, a different place that you're not going to see it. If it's something in your refrigerator that you want to eat, take those, which is so sad, our apples and our oranges and all that is in the very bottom, closed up, nobody sees them. So what are you going to eat? You're going to eat whatever is right here in front of you. How many times have you open up the refrigerator? I can't find blah, blah, blah. And it's right there in front of your face. Move that stuff up so that you can see the good things to eat. And the things that maybe your air conditioner is not on, and you put your chocolate or put something that's not 100% healthy for you. You know it's there, but put it in the bottom. Put the things that you don't want to see in the bottom, and for your people in your house. And if you are the shopper in your house, don't be the enabler for the people in your house. If they want to eat something bad, if they want the boxed, I call them Frankenfood, they're not real food. If they want the Frankenfood and all the preservatives, they can go get it themselves if they are able. And then how you set that up is you set healthy boundaries. You let them know, you communicate and say, you know what, this isn't good for us. And you know what, we need to be eating healthy, not for just me, but for you too, because I don't want, when I get older, I've taken care of myself, and now you haven't taken care of yourself. I don't want to have to take care of you. And so these are the standards that I have changed, and this is going to be your cabinet, and you can put your stuff in it, but this is the choice that I'm making. And you know, they have their own mind. They can do whatever they want. Just don't be the enabler. Same with alcohol. Don't be the one to go buy that stuff for them, especially if they're abusing it. Especially if they're abusing it. Okay. Your energy, your nutrients, your body, supporting your loved ones, your environment. Yeah, that is our healthy things that affect us. So I just want us to be aware of what we do, what our thoughts are, affect us, affect where we're going. So I'm going to summarize the day, and I'm also going to talk about my offer here at the end of the day also, with me being a coach and have my coaching program. But we have learned about our vagus nerve and how we communicate with our body, and how important it is in our connection and having our love for other people and our body language for others, and our health, that it's about how we think. It's how we are present. That's the other thing that I didn't talk about, is a lot of times we eat when we're in the car, when we're looking at our phone, when we're not completely engaged and even realize what we have eaten. So I want you to be more aware of when you're eating, what you're eating, and something else that I missed is when you go out to eat, get a box. Get a box. Our portions are out of sight when you go out to eat. They are not proportional to what we need. You can, for a lot of restaurants, not all restaurants, for a lot of restaurants, they give you enough for 2 meals. Okay, make a decision, especially if you're wanting to lose weight. Make a decision, pull it up on the internet, on your phone, what you want to eat before you get in there and get convinced or get into what you don't want to choose. Have time to make that decision. And then a lot of times when I order my food, I'll ask, especially if it's a place that you've gone before, you know that their portions are crazy. Ask for a box right at the get-go. I would like whatever you're ordering, and can you bring a box with that? And so look at it, decide how much you want to eat of that, cut it off, put it in the box, out of sight, out of mind, and then eat what's on your plate. Eat what's on your plate. Be aware of when you're 70% full. When you feel yourself getting really full, go, okay, I'm going to stop right here. Or if you get really full, go, you know what, that's enough. And you physically push your plate away and go, oh, I'm done. I'm done. Say it out loud. I'm done. And then if the waiter doesn't come to pick up your plate, we're bad about it. It's sitting there. Golly, we do that. Go stab it. You're going to eat some more and you're going to visit. It's still there. It really tasted good. You stab it and you get more stuff. Normal. So you set your habits up so that you won't do that. That's how you problem solve it. You problem solve. Okay, there's that always that I don't like, but a lot of times when you go out to eat, I eat too much. Well, what could you do to solve that problem? Okay, so hopefully those are some tips to help you think about when you go out to eat. Go, you know what? Give me a box. Let's get started, and then bring it home and eat it for the next day. Okay, and we talked about the lemon. We talked about how our reactions are and how we're in control of our lives and our energy levels and how we can change that by the way we stand, by the way we are engaged with others, our body releases chemicals when we are leaned over, when we get into that fetal position, and to communicate in person as much as possible. Your water. Okay, and then I want to talk about my offer to you, and I'll mention it tomorrow too. So I do all this. It's a learning curve. It is awesome. I appreciate it so much that you all are here, very, very much. And I want you to learn, and I want you better. But how I can really make you better and help you along the way is to work with you one-on-one, or give you access to my program that's 14 weeks long. It's audios that you listen to, you learn, and then you have action steps to do, and you have worksheets to work through the different things. We talk about relationships. We talk about self-love. We talk about self-confidence, different things that you can do that improves your life. Also, I have a worksheet on designing your life so that you have the best life. I don't know what I want to do. Well, that's where I come in, for you to figure it out. Figure out how to design your life so that you have things that you can do in your life that maybe you're scared to do, or you do it too much and you go, you know what, I'm going to change these 6 things, I'm going, and then you give up. Or you're not honest with yourself and you say, you know what, I need to lose weight, I want to lose weight, but you're not doing the action steps that shows that you want to lose weight. And that's the support you get. So my offer to you is, right now, my course is $9.97 for my course. Okay. But what the special for you all being on here and for you listening to me and being here for all 4 days, we're doing it tomorrow too. All 4 days is if you invite a friend, your price is 50% off. They pay full price and you pay 50%. Okay, now you get another friend, a third friend, or another person, I guess 2 friends, get another friend, they pay full price, both of them pay full price, and you get to go free. Okay? We all need support. We all need people in our lives that know what we're going through. We're all going to get better together, just like, you know, the tide raises all boats. Okay, I want you all to go to the next level of your life, and no better way of your besties doing it with you so that they are growing also. So I just thought that this was a win-win for both of you. And I have people all the time saying, I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money to join. That's too much. But you know what? We pay for what we really want. And I've had people have gone, well, I know people that have $5,000, $10,000 programs. So those coaches that I'm friends with and all, their clients have gotten money out, borrowed money from friends and family. They have gotten money from turning in their PTO and getting money from it out of there. There's ways. And if you need support on that, that's coaching. That's coaching. And that's what I would do for you too, is think of ways how you can be creative, because it's always possible. It's always possible. And you can find what you want. You pay for what you want in life. If you really want it bad enough, you're going to figure out how to get it. So I just want to leave you with that. I'm so excited that you are here, and trust me with your mind and your thoughts and your learning. And I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day, and we're talking about your soul. Your soul. And it gets forgotten. People say, oh, don't, and I'm not going churchy on you tomorrow, but that's what we have. We have a soul inside of us. We have a soul, and we need to recognize it. We need to realize it, and there's action steps and things to support it. So I hope that you're here tomorrow, and I love that you are here with me today. And I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. All right, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.